Hello everybody out there in YouTube world.
Hiya.
Right, again, as you can see, I'm wearing this badge again on my hoodie. The prostate cancer badge. You get this online through prostatecancer.co.uk, and then you can go through the checklist. I mean, I've been going through the checking myself, and I found out, because I'm mixed from Afro-Caribbean background heritage, that I'm in the high risk factor of it. But as far as I know, I mean, they were saying for like some of the symptoms, the checks, when I go to the toilet and other things like that, everything's fine, everything's okay. I don't get no pain or no discomfort of anything. No
but
pain.
it does say, doesn't it, that you may not.
That I may not.
No, people may not get any symptoms. Yeah. Just check yourselves.
Yeah, just check yourself. But what they say is because of people of the black ethnic minority are at a higher risk, so I come under that category of it as well. But if you're all right, but if you want peace of mind, you have a check, and they do this special blood tests. They do. It's just the blood. They'll just get some blood from you, and they do the test, and they'll let you know in a matter of weeks after the blood test or so to see if everything's okay. But yeah, so yeah, supporting that. Right, now this video is about people who are image conscious. Yes, about self-image. I mean, and what we mean is the kind of image where they want to say, for instance, oh, I've got to have this enhancement done, and yet they don't need it, whatever the procedure may be. Isn't that right, my dear?
Yeah.
So this is what this is about. Let's talk about self-image, and that's what this one's about. Right, where would you like to start, my darling? Yes?
Well, self-image, it can be dangerous, can't it? And I think, you've got to blame the media a lot as well.
Yes.
Because especially these young girls, they want to look like somebody else, don't they? Who they've seen on TV and stuff, like the Kardashians and who else is there? Who's always Katie Price, etc.
No, so they just want to have that perfect look, and to me, there is no perfect look.
There isn't.
There isn't.
Nobody's perfect.
No one is
It
physically
doesn't matter
perfect.
how they want to be. I mean, you see these girls, bless them, they've had the fillers in the lips. They look like ducks. To me, they look like sitting... Why can't you just be yourselves?
Just be yourself, yeah.
There's beauty in everybody.
Exactly.
Somewhere.
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
There really is.
Totally agree with that. Well, look at me, when I was at school, right, everyone used to take the mickey out of my long jawline. They used to say, look at your chin, Andrew, it's so big. Yeah, so what? I'm happy with it. It's part of,
Part of you.
It's part of me. It's what Mum and Dad had got together and helped create who I look like today. I'm proud of who I look like.
I mean, we're all made up of our genes, aren't we?
Yes, of course we are.
So we should be proud, really, of who we are. I mean, when you get older, you don't care, but when you're younger, I suppose you do. Especially when, you're maturing. You do compare, don't you? Oh, like, so-and-so's boobs have grown and yours haven't. And I don't know about boys, how they would compare facial hair and stuff.
Facial hair and also the physique.
Yeah.
I was quite a wiry kid growing up, and the reason why I got into weight training, because I saw Arnold Schwarzenegger back in the, I'd say, late 70s, early 1980s, and I just wanted to build muscle.
So you wanted to be like him?
A bodybuilder.
Yeah. Get
into bodybuilding and enter competitions, which I did. I entered only a few, but I did that not for the image of things, for competing. And it was not an obsession. It was very healthy, actually. A bit stressful at times when you had to cut down on the carbs before a show and stuff like that. So that was very stressful, but It was all part of the experience, but it was never about, oh, look at me in the mirror, constantly looking at myself all the time. No, I just wanted to see what improvements I needed naturally by muscle building, not having these, what they call these, actually, some people of today get these special oils that they inject. They do, yeah, injecting to increase the size of the muscles unnaturally, not by doing it the old way, or even taking steroids. That's another thing I'm totally against, because taking anabolic steroids is very, very dangerous. And of course, I understand for people who have to take steroids for medical related problems. Like, say, for instance, if you're suffering with conditions within the brain, like polymyalgia rheumatica, you have to take some type of steroid which is associated with that condition, and what that does, it helps destroy
with the infections.
Yeah, gets rid of
pain.
it gets rid of the infections, and that's one of the things what that type of steroid does. But yes, the image, oh my gosh, I can't believe how people are today are obsessed.
We were
with
watching the
image.
telly, weren't we, this morning?
Was it this morning or was it
yeah.
yesterday?
It was this morning, wasn't it? And they got these.
Oh yes.
What do you call it?
Was it on the This Morning show or was it Loose Women?
No, it was on this morning show.
Mm-hmm.
And they were showing you underwear you can wear, body shape.
Oh,
wear,
body shapers, yeah, with extra padding.
in the bum area.
Yeah.
So you'd be like this, unnaturally like
Yeah,
this.
it's like people say, oh, is that your posterior, as father used to call it, your posterior or derriere? And no, they said it's this padding thing. But then we hear stories about women who have gone abroad to
Sad.
what specific
Have
country?
bottom lifts.
They've
and
gone like to, is it not Hungary? It's the other one, Turkey.
Turkey.
Right, having butt lifts. And the sad thing is, they've ended up dying. And there's been a handful of women who have died from this procedure, come back to the UK, and they've had an infection, which is caused from the actual procedure.
Flesh-eating.
Yeah, flesh-eating disease from it, and have died, all because of having a butt lift. Even in the UK, there's been some cases over in the UK. Who was the famous woman who was on about the trout pouts? She was a singer, wasn't she?
Oh, the blonde girl, Leslie somebody, wasn't it?
Leslie Grant,
Leslie Ash.
Leslie Ash, I think her name is. You might have to
She had
quote
her
it.
lips done, didn't she?
Yeah, and
Years
if
ago.
you remember, she had what they call a trout, and her lips had gone so far
Really
forward, like she had
massive.
a beak
Yeah.
instead of having a naturally shaped mouth. And you know what? She looked wonderful before she had that.
Yeah. And most girls do,
Yeah, they do.
you know, before they have it all done.
Even these on the forehead as well. What's that procedure called? When they have those injections? Botox.
Rat poison.
And they can't even move. The frown lines have gone.
Sticking rat poison in their bodies.
Yeah, and they still have to have that regular, don't they? Is it like every few weeks or something like that?
I don't know, every few months maybe. I don't know. I know it would be expensive.
And again, with these artificial adaptations to the body, I can understand if there's a medical related procedure. But cosmetically, just so you think you look perfect. And again, we'll say this, no one is really perfect. No one. I'm not perfect. Max is not perfect. But we are imperfect in our own beautiful way of life.
Yeah. But you have to think, don't you, really?
Yeah.
Why do they feel
The need.
the need to have all these things done? When most of them are pussy girls anyway.
Naturally. I mean, the thing that really gets to me is where they have the folds of their eyes cut away, so they've got shorter movement in the eye area, and tattoos for eyebrows. Tattoo, and I mean, even some men have it done as well.
Tattoo makeup.
Tattoo makeup. What are you going to look like when you reach to the ages of 70 and 80 years of age? These people have had these cosmetic procedures to do with the harms of the body. Do they think they're going to stay young forever? Mark my word, no one stays young forever. Nobody.
And what if one day, you know, that something awful happened and they hadn't got the money to keep it up? Whoa.
I mean, I used to see certain people, like from certain parts of America who are so obsessed with cosmetic procedures. Their whole body is. Every part of them has been done everywhere. And I've seen documentaries on people who are like that. They don't look human anymore. They
Very sad.
It is a very sad world. And they forget what's going on inside here. You can't cosmetically change your brain, can you? Exactly. So this is where they become obsessed, and then it becomes a major mental health issue. And we've seen women who have had cosmetic procedures years and years ago, and these have reached to like 70 and 80, and when you see them, oh my gosh, they look horrific. They really do. It's
just be yourselves.
Just be yourself.
Goodness.
We can understand people have weight problem issues as well, all to do with hormones as well, and also to do with passed down from generation to generation, because those things can be passed down from there. I mean, both my parents are really small. Dad was 5'5" and Mum was 5'3", but where I get my 5'10" and a bit height from is from my grandfather, my mum's father. He was quite a tall man. So that's where I get the height, and my brothers do as well. My brother Wayne is just over 6 foot tall. Wayne is. Yeah, there's mainly the taller brothers in the family. They get their height from grandfather Horton, because all the Jamaican side, my family, they're small and stocky. But yeah, be happy with yourself. Don't try to fit in with what that person looks like, because you will never be them. I can promise you, you'll never be that person. Be your own individual. Be who you're truly meant to be, not by what society decides what you're supposed to look like. Because that's going against the grain in a humongous way. You can't imagine.
You are what you are, aren't you?
Exactly.
You are what you are, so why would you want to be somebody else?
Exactly. And it all boils down to lifestyle. And we always say this, lifestyle is a major thing in your life. If you're living a life of, you're on the drink and you're smoking and you're taking God knows what drugs, I can promise you it will affect you later on in life. You may not even live to see that part of your life because of your lifestyle.
Or you'll get psychotic episodes from the drugs.
Oh boy, that's another bad one.
Yeah, especially weed.
Again, yeah.
So many things can cause so many things, can't they?
Of course.
Might be alright at the time, but you've got to age.
That's the trouble with people. We're going to do videos on about drink, alcohol abuse and drugs and stuff like. We were doing stuff on that, but the focus of this video is the image of people wanting to be something that they are truly not. And it just bewilders me though.
It's not only that; it's the cost of it, isn't it?
The cost. What? How much it for the
Well,
injection?
I was watching a programme once. There was a young girl and she was up to her eyes in debt, and I mean thousands.
Wow.
Because she was borrowing on top of borrowing.
On top of borrowing.
Just to have all this stuff done.
All these
to
procedures
herself.
done. Oh, that's
and
ridiculous.
Wear designer clothes. Well, none of that is going to last forever.
Nope.
And she's always going to be paying that debt back.
Yeah, she will, even when she's passed on.
Do you know what I mean?
Sorry to say that.
Is it worth it? What's your opinions on that?
That's it, yeah. What's your opinions on this? The image, the look, the must-have to feel and look that way. Because I know in the past, when I was bodybuilding, I was offered to go on steroids, to have a certain way, to have stronger bench presses and stuff like that. And I said no, I refused point blank, and I really did. And you should have seen the guys who was on the gear. Even the girls were taking the gear as well back then. You should have seen them. Oh, what do you think of my physique and blah blah blah. Well, I'm not a judge. You compete
But
in the
again,
show.
they're still competing, aren't they?
Yep. They're still competing.
Still
yes.
competing, even though they've got the perfect figure what they wanted. They're still competing.
Yeah,
So they're never going to be happy with themselves anyway,
exactly.
are they?
Exactly. I'm happy with what I've got now. And my physique for my age is not bad, but I'll tell you now, I've worked damn hard naturally over the years, and it's been a tough old slog, boy, because it's been like that, up and down, up and down, up and down.
I think nobody's going to be completely happy with themselves.
Nope.
It's impossible to be,
No.
isn't it? You know, and what you feel in yourself, other people can't even see unless you make it noticeable to them.
Very true.
Isn't it?
Yep, totally agree with that.
You know, if you're going to sort of point it out, then people are, oh yeah, I never noticed that before. People have said to me, oh, I've got this, that and the other, and I thought, oh, I've never noticed that with you before. But then I notice it all the time because they've told me.
Yeah, because you become aware of it,
Yeah.
you see, because of what they've said.
I mean, God, I feel shattered just putting makeup on, I do. And getting it off. Oh.
That's another doddle, I tell you.
Yeah.
It's like with me shaving and stuff like that. People don't realise what you have to do. Because I was told before, if I ever go to the barber to have it done, I said no, I do it myself. Because I've practiced and practiced. And what helped as well, because my dad, God rest his soul, he was a barber. He was part owner with his sister, my auntie Dalsetta. And this was on the Waterloo Road in Wolverhampton. And we're going back, gosh, the mid to late 70s, around about that time where she had the hair salon, and it was always busy. Gosh, and didn't like having my hair cut because I would like to keep me afro. Oh gosh, but every time I come up to the school, always having the hair cut and look nice. That you have to look nice for school with your hair because you're presenting a good thing, you know, and you have to look well and feel well for school. But yes, I've never been really image mad like some people are. I've just been happy with what I've got.
Me as well.
I've never been a person to follow the trend of things.
Nah.
I just like to do my own thing.
But I think people are pressuring it these days, the younger ones.
Because again, the main fault with this is social media.
Yeah.
That's what they say.
It's like their makeup. Go and buy some Kardashian mascara, for example. Probably about 25 quid. Get the same mascara in the pound shop.
For, what's it? Not
Armani.
Not Avon, it's the other one, isn't it? Who's that company that my sister deals with?
Oh, that's Avon.
It's Avon, sorry, yeah, it is Avon. And there, you want to know a little story about Avon? You know these designer perfumes, they are manufactured from their factory. So all they do is just put the name on and all of a sudden the price is quadrupled. What does that tell you about things like that? Because we can do another video about something like that because we know quite a bit. But yeah, this one's about the image. Society set that standard of image and I think it's terrible because it costs many innocent lives as a result. Because we've seen documentaries about these young people looking online and get certain people, scammers, or message them, which we've seen, about having this look and that look, and they're scamming them out their money, and then the young people end up taking their own lives because of the stress of it, of being stressed out about having that look, and
being in debt.
And being in debt and conned out of the money for it.
But also, you know, the mental health of it.
That's the main part of it.
It can cause anorexia,
bulimia,
lots of things really when you think about it, because they've just got to have that look.
It becomes an obsession.
It's in their head, they've got to have that look.
Yeah, it's an obsession. And
so it's a 24-hour job to keep that look into it.
Yeah, it is, and it becomes very destructive. And it not only just destroys them, but all the people around them in their circle of life.
Yeah. Sad world we live in.
Yeah, I was just thinking that, yeah, it is. Just be happy with who you are. Don't follow the trend of things. Don't be obsessed with it because it is very destructive. It really is.
It's like years ago we followed Twiggy cost you nothing apart from the base and haircut, really. You know, and a mini skirt and some white tights. That was it. So you're talking like now, it's got to be a millionaire, ain't you, to keep up with it all.
It's like us with the breakdancing. Again, we had that dress look, tracksuits, trainers, specific headwear and things like that. We had the style of dancing as well. And can you call that an image of things, really?
Well, it's an image, you know, people would want to follow you, wouldn't they, what you're wearing and what
that's
you're
the truth,
doing.
yeah.
It's still an image. It really is.
But not a destructive image, because it was a healthy one, a very healthy one. Keeping fit, because breakdancing, I tell you, man, that's another level of training. Telling you, I could even do video about that, about my breakdancing history, because I've got a lot of history with it. But yeah, it's the image, man.
Image of everything. I mean, even the young kids, and I mean young children.
Very young children. You're talking the little kids.
They don't want to wear trainers unless they've got a name. They don't want to wear their tracksuits unless they've got a name.
Yeah.
Everything has got to have a name. These are young children.
Yeah, and we're talking like...
You can only blame parents. Because that's all they're used to doing and wearing.
Especially like in their junior school years. We're talking the latter junior years, going into the bigger school years, the senior school years. It's... because when we see kids around, we see them wearing the top-notch stuff.
Yeah.
Gosh, we never used to be like that. I can tell you stories now. For those of you who live in Wolverhampton, you remember the Red House. Gosh, we were so happy. We used to have our school uniforms all the same make from the Red House. And they used to have these special, they were like voucher things that, families were giving those. Who was on, who couldn't afford expensive things or whatever. And we was given these vouchers so we could get a new uniform. And I felt so happy about just wearing my new duffel coats and new trousers, new shoes.
Yeah, because you appreciate what you want. But these days, I mean, I've seen young kids, 10, 11, with Apple phones.
Apple phones,
Yeah.
Gosh.
And you think, oh my goodness me, do you know how much an Apple phone is?
On average. An Apple phone on average is £300 to £500 on average.
But they have it for Christmas.
Yeah.
And birthdays. What's going to happen when they can't have these things? This is a problem.
We know about this because we never had anything like that. We didn't have a landline phone in our house until... I think it was probably the early 1980s, late 70s, early 80s, and we couldn't get to use them. Oh no, we had to be monitored if we wanted to phone our friends or whatever. Or even that we'd say to our friends, "Oh, can't get to use the phone. We'll meet you out of school or after school." And that's what it was like for us. Mobile phones, wow. I tell you now, if you take your mobile phone for a young person today, you think they would survive without it? They wouldn't.
They wouldn't.
They really wouldn't. You take all technology away from the people of today, they wouldn't survive without it.
Well, it goes into a different subject then, doesn't it? It's addiction.
Yep. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. We can even do videos about that because, oh boy, it's
and like the trainers, the name trainers.
Name trainers are big.
Buy one get one half price. What con is that?
I know.
How much they buy them for in the shops, and yet you think you're having a bargain as buy one get one half price. You're not having a bargain at all. They probably made about 70 quid on your buy one half price.
It's the trouble, really. These top designer name brands. You know how much it really costs to truly make them. It's not as expensive as you really think. They make the product, they just put the name on it, or they embroider the name on it, or whatever they do with that designer name on it. And that price just shoots through the roof because of that designer name. I know they use good materials and what other type of stuff they use to make these products to sell as a designer level prices. But yeah, you just put that name on there and that's it. Boom. Price has gone through the roof, literally.
If you bought some designer clothing, you took the labels out, and some cheap clothing from Primark, took the labels out and put some designer ones in, people would snap them up and pay that price for them.
Yeah, they would. And that's
I
actually
think
been
we're
proven.
all
We're mentally conditioned.
conditioned,
Of course
aren't
we are. Well, we're not. We're not conditioned with it. Are we, Max?
I definitely wouldn't be
Nope,
either.
nope.
I wouldn't.
But yeah, image, man, the image of, oh boy. You know, the trouble is, right, the image of life for people they've set now is so ridiculously and insanely high. You can't even see the height of the bar. That's how high this really is in life. Man, I really feel for the younger generation on this world with the pressures that they are all under because of it.
Yeah, because a lot of people, they haven't got mommy and daddy paying for everything.
Yep. They haven't got mummy and daddy bank.
No.
So what do? They cause problems within crime to get the money. To buy this, to
Because
buy
they
that.
want the same.
Because
as
they want
everybody
exactly the
else.
same, if not more.
And yet, again, with the designer image, it's not safe, is it? You know, for your kids, I'd be worried to death when my kids was out.
Yeah, because you've heard
And
the
they've got
story.
designer trainers on, they're walking along.
And they get robbed.
And
At
they
knife,
get robbed.
at knife points as well.
They cannot wear anything nice, even jewellery,
Yep, because they'll get robbed at knife point.
because they'd be mugged
At knife point, and that's no joke.
by people who haven't got the money,
Yep.
and they get it that way so they can sell them on.
Yep, they make money from that.
Yeah. So, you know, where they're going to... It's like these people who have really posh cars
Yep.
that do how many miles an hour? How many miles do they go up to? I don't know.
Well, take up
Say a Ferrari.
Ferrari, which can do over 160 miles an hour.
Where can you drive a car in this country at 160 miles an hour?
Brands Hatch, Silverstone.
Legally.
Yeah.
I'm on about on the roads.
Oh yeah, you can't do on the roads. The
Legally.
top speed is 70 mile an hour.
But they'll rush and get one
Yeah,
if they
that's-
can afford it.
They will, because we know people have done stuff like that.
Yeah. And then you've got little boy racers in their own old cars trying to keep up and do the same thing with the mileage and causing problems for everybody else, even including death.
Yeah, which we've seen on the TV
On the
today.
roads, we watched that on the
Yeah.
telly.
Doing speeds up to 100 and just over 100, say 110 miles an hour in a 30 mile an hour zone.
And losing control of their cars.
Yeah, and again we can do videos on that and let's talk about that. But
But
again,
it's still an image.
It's still an
This is
image,
what
of
I'm trying to
course.
say.
that's
They're trying to still keep up with that image, aren't they? You know, whether they can afford it, they'll have it. They don't think of the price, they don't think of the cost, they don't think of debt. Till they're actually, if they've got any conscience anyway, having a breakdown with the debt man at the door.
yeah, and that's what's wrong with the image. It covers every aspect really, not just
It
you
does.
physically, what you wear,
Yeah.
what you own.
Yeah.
See these crystals I've got on here. These are nothing to do with image at all. These
What
are
you
to do
believe,
with what
yeah.
we are into, our spiritual way of life. Not through, how can we say, the religious way. This is through the energetic way of life. This is why we wear these. And these dudes radiate their own energy. So these are not an image thing. Because people who might see us wearing stuff like this might think, oh, that's an image thing. It's not.
No.
It's completely the
not
opposite. And it really is completely the opposite. Like with this badge I'm wearing here, the prostate cancer badge. This is not an image thing. This is to promote prostate cancer. And this is why I wear this. You know? And again, the look with my beard. You might think, oh, it's an image thing. Actually, it's not. I feel like, I just feel nice wearing it. It makes me feel happy. It's not to say, oh gosh, look how good I look in with this beard. This is because I like having the beard. And I'm happy with it. It's like with the earrings as well. This is not to do with an earring. This is the yin and yang stud I got in here. This is to do with the energetic things of life, the balance of things. And then people think, oh, okay, that's how you look at things. Yes, this is how we look at things in life, me and Max. We don't go about, oh, I've got to look this particular way, I've got to dress that particular way, really.
No. We get what we like, what we can afford,
Exactly.
basically.
If I was meant to walk around in a bin liner, then so be it. Then so be it. And this is what I am like. This is the way I've been brought up from my beautiful parents.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I'll always say this. Mum and Dad didn't have a lot of material things, which they didn't. But what they had, you could not even put a penny on that. And that was love. Love from deep inside.
And if you can have an image like that, that's the best image to have.
That's the number one to have. So ending it there then, my dear, look, because we've
Yes.
covered a lot on that.
We have actually missed a treat because we can talk for England, can't we?
Oh, talk for England. You call it England? We can talk for the whole goddamn universe we can chat for. And that's no joke. And you know what the universe is? It's endless. So that's what we like. We can chat for an eternity. So ending it right there on that one. So that's the let's talk about the image of life itself. Okay, yes, so keep them thumbs up. Share the love. Share the love.
Oh.
Share the love. Comments. Share any of the videos. Subscribe to that channel of ours. And just tell people about us. Because, again, I'll always say, we're not your run of... I beg your pardon, what was that? I missed that then.
Nothing.
We're not your run-of-the-mill people. We're us. Or as we would say in our own ways, USC. 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 Hashtag that one. But yeah, it's... We know life isn't easy, is it, Max?
Far from.
Exactly, far from. But enjoy it while you're here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so yes, subscribe, hit the notification button. And yes, just be safe out there, everybody. Be safe out there.
Definitely stay safe.
Yes.
Namaste,
Namaste to every single one. Namaste. And I just feel that chi of life. Let's keep it always and forever flowing, everybody. And let's just feel that beautiful energy. Let's feel that chi. Thank you.